Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you found the Canvas activity okay. It's serious work. You need to spend time looking at it and drilling into it, but it may have led to some insights and some thoughts about what you need to do. We're going to look now at the second tool, the Business SWOT Canvas, and again, most of you will perhaps recognise the word SWOT and will recognise the design of this: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Now, why is it worth looking at this? When we looked at the business model, what we were doing is testing it given the current circumstances. We were looking into drilling into it to see whether it could give us some insights about sustainability, driving some questions, some thinking about who we need to talk to and what we need to do to put in place. What it doesn't really look at is more about the environment in which the business finds itself and the situation that the business is in. The SWOT enables us to do that. So it'll look at some other aspects of the business and then the environment that may give us other things to think about, but might give us cause for optimism, perhaps even some opportunity. So it's a chance to be creative. So let's look first at the strengths, and we'll talk about this. I'll talk about this for a little while, and then I'll give you some time. We'll do a pause where you can start to chart this down, and we'll go through. There's only 4 elements to this, and we'll go through it in reasonably quick time. So, around your business in this current situation, what are your strengths? And this is about internally. So this is factors that give your business an edge with customers, particularly if you compared yourself with your competitors, or they compared you with your competitors. What do you see as your strengths? You know, if you're a graphic designer, it might be your creativity, or actually it might be how quickly you can turn a project round. What is it that you see as being a particular strength that you can grow on? If you're in manufacturing, or you're retail or wholesale, maybe it's about the amount of stock that you've got. Maybe it's the strength is your supply channels, and maybe it's your systems. But in there, big yourself up. This is about being absolutely clear about what you're strong about, and this could include the fact that you've got 6 months of overhead in the bank. So you can go for 6 months without having financial issues. In this situation, that's a huge benefit. It's a real strength for you. So have a go at that. Think about aspects, factors that give you an edge at the moment for your business, and spend some time capturing that thinking. Okay, so alongside strengths, we've got weaknesses. All right, so it shouldn't surprise you. This is about being really focused and understanding factors that mean the business may perform below its best, what could hold you back, or that competitors might exploit to take away your customers. So in this particular situation, where are your weaknesses? Think about, we finished on finance with, when we looked at strengths. Maybe, have you got enough money to get through the next 2 to 3 to 5 to 6 months? Financial weakness could really be an issue for you. And what we're hoping out of this process is you start to focus on the things that will sustain you over the next 3 to 6 months. you might have, based on this, to go out and talk to your bank, your investors, look at ways that you can maintain the business by underpinning the weaknesses that you've got. What other weaknesses might you have? What about your products or services? Are there weaknesses associated with those compared, for instance, to your competitors? You need to do an analysis, try to work that out. And again, this might drive you to the conversations that you have with your customers during the business model canvas will help you to identify areas of weakness within the business. So take a couple of minutes and try and identify things that you feel are weak at this point in time. Okay, so now let's think about opportunities. Now this is looking outside the organisation. This is about the external, looking out into the current environment, business environment, economic environment, social, political, the PESTLE, P-E-S-T-L-E. Google that and it'll give you meanings for that. But looking at the environment, is any of that favourable to you to enable you to bring some sort of an advantage for your business? What is happening out there? And it might be that you recognise, maybe in your business, you're recognising some of your competitors are having issues, then unable to deliver because of particular situation, and maybe this relates to your strengths, and there are opportunities. Gaps have appeared in the market, or gaps have appeared in delivery of new products and services, things that could plug gaps because people are behaving differently. And that's what you've detected in the external environment. So can you think maybe there's a different offer that you could provide from your current business model that actually plugs a gap that's appeared? If you're involved, for instance, if you're involved in the delivery of virtual online webinars, workshops, coaching, facilitation, then the market has opened up for you in a significant way through coronavirus and through people working from home. So that's the sort of thing we want you to consider. Are there opportunities for you? So be creative. Take as much time as you like. Let's just pause here while you do your thinking. Okay. Similarly to the opportunities, now we're still looking at external environmental conditions, changed conditions because of coronavirus. What are the threats? What's happening out there that can negatively affect the business? And you can put some stuff in there straight away. You just have to look at the business pages or the reports on coronavirus and the impact on business to know there's a number of things that you could put in there that could have an impact on the business. The fact people aren't going out to eat and drink as they were, the fact that people are working from home, all of that could be a threat to your business. So I want you to identify threats. You may not have a solution to them at this point, but you need to identify those threats that could have an impact on your business over the next 3 to 6 months, because you might need to do something about it. So take a couple of minutes, a few minutes, and think about the threats. So we got something in each of the 4 elements of the SWOT. Strengths and weaknesses relate to internal challenges, and it can both drive opportunities and on terms of the weaknesses, actions that you need to put in place to reduce those weaknesses, particularly those that are high risk. If it's to do with finance, it's to do with the ability to deliver. You know, perhaps people aren't turning up to work. You know, you're a producer who hasn't got the production capability. Then you need to look. So what are we going to do to maintain the financial viability? On the other hand, if your business can maintain delivery of its product or service, then consider what are the opportunities that this allows you to take advantage of at the moment. You should try and be creative to see whether, given your resources, given your current customers, are there opportunities for you to innovate around product or service, to innovate about how you get your product to market, because the environment has changed sufficiently that these ideas now become marketable. Customers will pay for them, whereas perhaps previously they wouldn't, because the environment has changed. On the other side, on the threat side, you need to be aware of and have in place. So what if one of these threats came to fruition? Now, we've spent a lot of time in the business continuity canvas considering each of those in terms of the elements, and now you need to cross-reference between the two. Make sure that the threats you've identified are actually you've taken account of within your business model, because it's crucial that you have this environmental perspective. You're not in a bubble. You might be working from home, but it doesn't mean you're in a bubble, because your business is still out there trading, selling, providing a service. So those threats potentially could still have a challenge. So this is where you bring the two models together and start to make good choices, decisions, acting around those ideas that you've identified as risky and need attention, or are opportunities and need to be exploited. Okay, so just a couple more things. Information from the government is good, and it's updated. Use this URL, or just Google gov.uk around COVID-19. It's got information for business on there, so please do make sure that you're looking at the latest information. It could drive your decision making. And the other site that I suggest you go and have a look at, they've got some great resources for the self-employed and the small business, the FSB. Their COVID-19 stuff appears on the homepage. So go there, have a look, and be better prepared for the risks that are out there. That's it for me, Steve Hobbs. This was my response to not being able to do stuff face to face. So I hope it's been okay for you. The Big House, I think, are going to be developing some online chats, perhaps even Zoom, which I'm looking forward to, where perhaps we can have a chat face to face. But in the meantime, take it seriously. Look at the tools, use them to plan and do your thinking. Good luck. I'll see you again soon. Cheers.